Here, why don't you start this one? Because you never do it. Go ahead. We're
all
going.
just ready to go now?
Yeah.
Awesome.
I'm not touching the controller, by the way. Sonic's just doing that.
Yeah. Welcome back to CNA Gameplay. We are, I'm hesitant to say playing Sonic 06.
Oh, we're definitely
I'm
playing
sorry,
this.
Sonic Adventure, not Sonic 06.
Sonic Adventure.
So yeah, we got the ice crystal.
Ice key.
Ice key. We're taking it to a place.
There we go.
And
if I can get up the damn rocks.
Go back onto that. Walk into the middle of it where there's not rocks.
Oh, right here?
Yeah.
Yeah, you're totally floating.
Perfect. Good job. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. So I can jump in here. I've also clipped through that and fallen through and died.
It looks like the exact same thing as the last one.
Yeah.
The key
Floating?
is floating.
Your face is floating.
Chili dogs.
Chili dogs.
Speed.
Way past cool.
You're too slow.
I'm too cheap. Oh, and the ladder just faded into existence. Oh.
Some Daytona USA shit.
Oh yeah. So this is stage 4, the ice cap, which is the funnest level in the game besides the city levels.
Are you being
later on
real right now?
Yeah, I'm totally being real.
This is actually fun.
Yeah, this is one of the funnest levels in the game. You'll see why. Starts off slow, but the second half of it is very enjoyable.
Because so far, descriptions that you've given me of this game have been, let's say, mostly ironic.
I love this game. That's why we're playing it right now. I love this game. It's like so fucking bad good.
Which is why I'm not sure if you're saying it's actually fun or if it's bad good fun.
It's bad good fun in a good way, in a bad way. Because it's obviously a badly built game because it was heavily rushed, but it's so much fun. And it's so fun to laugh at the bad acting and the bad animations and that shit.
I feel like for maybe the last 15 years, let's say... Oh, jeez. For the last 15 years, it seems like Sega runs out of money about 2/3 of the way through every project they've done.
I guess that's accurate. Especially for this one. You know, launch of the Dreamcast, $99.99.
Yeah.
Totally rushed in development. And the thing is, there was about a year between the release of the Japanese version and the American version. And they didn't do... They claim that they did a bunch of bug fixes between the two.
So...
But this is supposed to be the bug-fixed version? Like, I don't buy that at all.
The Dreamcast came out in '98 in Japan?
Yeah.
Oh wow. I did not know that.
We got it $99.99. It was a huge deal.
Same day as Final Fantasy VIII.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
That was also $99.99.
That's cool. I never knew that.
I went into a store on the release date of Final Fantasy VIII and bought a used copy of Final Fantasy VII. Because that was the day that I bought my PlayStation.
Oh, cool.
And I wanted to play Final Fantasy VII.
It's like, I'm here to buy Final Fantasy. Oh yeah, we don't have any more copies of 8. No, I wanted 7. What?
Yeah, the guy was baffled. I was like, I want to play 7. Everybody says 7 is so fucking good. And then it was.
I should tell my PlayStation story. How I got my first PlayStation. It's very enjoyable and very similar.
That was kind of the end of mine.
I got my PlayStation, my PS1, like the cute little white thing. I loved it.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can I interrupt
sure.
to end cap my story? That was also the day I sold all my Super Nintendo games.
You horrible, horrible man.
Yeah. So it actually was kind of a...
What the fuck? What the fuck?
What? Oh my god.
Aww.
Oh jeez.
Why did you sell your Super Nintendo games, you horrible person?
Because I wanted Final Fantasy.
That wasn't worth it. 7's
No,
good, but that was not worth it.
I know it wasn't worth it now. But back then it was like, I have all this money and I'm, you know, however old I was when that happened, like 13 or 14.
That's kind of like, I was like 13 or 14 when the Game Boy Advance SP came out, and I pre-ordered it. And because, you know, I was huge into portables at the time, that was like my main focus.
Yeah.
And because it's so much cheaper than
Because that was the shit
console.
you could keep away from your siblings.
Oh yeah, my brother could never steal that. But to get the SP, I ended up trading in almost all of my Game Boy Color games. And then I had that guilt regret that you get.
Yeah.
And you're just like, fuck, I really want to play that again.
We're like, I just sold Secret of Mana, now I want to play Secret of Mana.
Yeah, exactly.
It's gonna be 10 years before I can fucking afford
I
to
had
find a
such
copy
good
of it.
memories playing that game, and I went and ruined it by selling it. And I did that. I sold my copies of the Oracle games. My two, like, favorite Game Boy Color games next to Shantae, I sold.
Hey, it worked that time.
Yeah, it worked.
It may even help guide
And that
your
worked
way.
too. So by jumping on it, apparently I shook it loose.
So, I'm gonna estimate, when we're editing this video, I might actually tally this up, but I want to see your success rate for going through those loops.
Success rate?
As in,
This is the fun part of the level.
how often do you go through the loop without it fucking up? Because right now it seems like it's maybe...
Less than half.
It seems like it's maybe 35% at the most. Tell your PlayStation story.
Right. See, I used to be into repairing consoles, because I still know quite a bit about the older consoles, but not the newer ones, for how to fix things. And so I had a friend, well, he wasn't really a friend, who had a PS2, and his cousin broke it by putting a disc halfway into the tray and then forcing it closed and breaking the disc.
What?
Yes, so it shattered inside, and...
What the fuck did he think he was doing?
I don't know. And I was just like, yeah, I could try to fix it. I'll take it apart and get all the parts out of that and see what happens.
Uh-huh.
And so he was like, okay, and he gave it to me, and I took it home, I took it apart, and I cleaned out the drive, I got all the little parts out of it, and I got it working.
Uh-huh.
And so I had Goldmember on DVD in there to test it, because I didn't have any PS2 games, I didn't have a PS2.
Right.
I didn't even have a PS1. And so that was the only way I could test to make sure it was working. And then I noticed I missed a screw.
Uh-oh.
That is the fatal flaw of any repair job. You miss a screw.
You're always supposed to end up with a little something extra.
Fuck.
Where...
I got
Where
turned
are you?
upside down. Sonic Adventure, everybody!
Yeah. Da-da-da-da-da-da.
So I put in the screw, that's the mistake. After you find a loose screw, you put it in, and damn it, I had some slight resistance, but not too much.
Uh-oh.
And I found out after I put the screw in that I couldn't eject the disc anymore. The button didn't do anything. And so I was like, oh shit. And so I opened it back up. I found out that screw pinched, it actually pierced the ribbon cable that connects from the back of the fat PS2 to the front two
really?
buttons.
Huh.
And it pierced half of it. So I took my pliers and I kind of pressed it together to try to get it to work, and it worked enough to get the disc out, but I couldn't get it to work again. And I couldn't get it to like press together to work again.
The screw actually went through the ribbon cable.
Yeah, it's very thin.
Oh, wow.
It's like a little sheet of aluminum.
Oh, yeah, it's one of those.
And
So I fixed my 32X. There's one of those in there, and I had to take it out and reseat it. Because the 32X part of it didn't work.
oh wow.
Yeah.
I've still got plenty of time for this episode, so yeah, I'm gonna finish my story.
Yeah, keep going.
I don't know where to go next. I'm gonna talk to the tick hall thing. That's actually what her name is.
Did you just die?
No.
It's hard to tell sometimes.
It's hard to tell sometimes. So anyway, I didn't have a job. I was like 14. I didn't have any method of going about getting... Oh, I think I have to face Knuckles, yeah. I'm gonna finish my story first.
Sure.
I didn't have any way about getting a brand new ribbon cable for that. And even if I did, it would probably be too expensive at the time. So I couldn't fix it, and I was just like, oh my god, I fucked up, I fucked this up hard, and I was freaking out that I'd have to pay the kid a new one, I didn't have the money for it, and so I told him the next time I saw him, I was like, I'm so sorry, I couldn't fix it, and I had it going for a little bit, but then I fucked something up really bad, and he said, get this, don't worry about it, my parents already bought me a new one.
Ah,
you can keep the old one. And so I was like, oh, great, so I'm stuck with the PS2 I can't use with no games. And so I did the next best thing.
Okay. Traded it into GameStop.
Oh yeah. I took it over to EB Games at the mall, the same place I bought my Dreamcast a couple years before. And
Yep.
Now, my conscience is clear, and I'll explain that at the end of the story. But at the time, I was freaking out, thinking I was going to get in trouble for it.
Fuck them. What are they gonna do?
Well, they won't take it if it's broken.
So what? That's not trouble. I'm not gonna call mall security on you.
I know, but I just thought it would be bad if, like, I were discovered, like, after the fact or something. So anyway, yeah, I'm just gonna go through the Knuckles cutscene because it's gonna take too long.
And also, who cares what they're saying?
Okay, I'm gonna blast through this. Knuckles is after Sonic because he thinks Sonic broke the Master Emerald and has taken Master Emerald pieces. So he's gonna try to beat the shit out of Sonic.
Something bugging you?
Yeah, it's your weird fucking face.
No time for games, Sonic. Give me the emeralds you have right now.
Right now!
What? Let's just see you take them.
Huh.
Oh no.
Oh no!
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no!
That is hilarious.
Give
I
it
love
your
that.
best shot.
I need that as my text ringtone. Oh no.
This is the
That was it?
great of this one. Yeah, you just hit him 3 times.
Oh no. The Chaos Emeralds.
Just in time for Eggman to swoop them up.
Eggman Esquire.
Yeah, Mr. Eggman.
Mr. Eggman Esquire the Third.
Ah, Eggman.
Good job, dipshits.
Like taking candy from a
I
baby.
know,
Yeah,
right?
for real. Not even fucking
Fucking
breaking a
morons.
sweat, your Eggman.
Chaos
I almost
Emerald.
called him X-Man for some reason.
Well, he does kind of look like an X-Man. Sorry.
You made it all too easy. You practically gave them to me.
Yeah, no shit.
Hold it right there, creep. You can't get away with
You
this.
don't deserve them.
No, don't tell me Eggman tricked you again.
Again, a reference to Sonic and Knuckles.
Way to go,
You
knucklehead.
idiots.
I know, right?
You're both stupid.
Now I have 4 lovely emeralds.
Woo.
Chaos.
Chaos. Chaos.
Chaos. God, they're so dumb. Look at how dumb you all are.
I know, and Tails is just standing there like, you fucking morons.
These are for you, my friend.
Like he's just keeping his mouth shut because he knows Sonic will like rip him a new one if he calls him out on his stupidity.
Yeah. He'll just get fucked extra hard tonight.
Man, no one
Because
ever
they
cuts
totally
us any
do. I
slack.
mean,
That's gotta be the relationship.
there's been a theory for a long time that's kind of substantiated by the cartoon that Tails was originally meant to be a girl,
I've heard that, yeah.
and I believe that's actually backed up with like promo art and stuff from before Sonic 2 came out, just like the original details. Also, Sonic can walk on water.
You know,
Just saying. Sonic is Jesus. Fuck. What the fuck?
I don't even know. That cutscene was astonishingly, bafflingly stupid.
Yeah. But the gist of it there, you'll find out Knuckles' storyline is that,
He's an idiot, like always.
yes, is that Eggman tricked him into, I just said Eggman, Robotnik tricked him into thinking, Robotnik just, just tricked him into thinking that Sonic was after the Master Emerald shards. And so he had to get him back.
God, they're so stupid.
And
Let's just dump the emeralds all over the fucking ground and then let Eggman just rise out of the dirt and take them.
I know, right?
And don't even move or anything, just sit there doing your weird idle motions at him. God.
So I guess it's a good time to finish my story. So I traded it in, right, and I took it to the counter, and the guy, you know, did what he always did, what they always do is plug it in, make
Yeah,
sure
hook
it
it up to
turns
the
on.
TV.
Well, the thing is, it definitely turns on if you use the switch on the back, but the front buttons don't work, and because he wasn't testing a game, he was just testing to see if it turned on, you know, it was fine. But he even asked me, does this thing work? And I didn't understand that until the end, but I was like, yeah, it totally works. And he turned it on, he was like, okay, it worked. You know, here's your $150 store credit.
Yes.
And I was like, yeah.
Did you just get the fuck out of the store at that point?
No, I had store credit.
Oh.
Of course not.
That would have been me. I would have just come back the next day or something.
Well, here's what I ended up... No, of course not. I was not about to waste that time, because if I came back the next day and they knew it was broken, they would take back the store credit. So here's what I did with that money. I bought the mini PS1.
Oh, cool.
So the guy was like giving me this weird look, like, you know the PS2 plays PS1 games, right? And I was like, yeah, but this is only $30 and this is cool. And I would rather just have this because PS1 games are like what I'm into. I'm not really... I have a GameCube for modern gen stuff. And he was like, oh, okay, but he kept giving me this like weird look because he totally knew what I was up to. And so I got the system. I got a brand new PS1 Mini, which I loved. I kind of regret selling it, even though
I had one too.
Like I sold it because, you know, the PS3 plays everything in HD, so there was no point in having it anymore. But it was still really cool. It was cute and everything. It was tiny. And so I bought that, a racing wheel that broke and only worked with like one game. I bought 3 games with it, I think, 3 or 4, and a carrying case. And I still had like credit left over, I think.
Awesome. And
it was great. And everybody was just giving me this like weird fucking look, like, why are you trading in a PS2 to buy a PS1, you idiot? And
look at those textures on that thing.
Oh yeah.
The highest of high res.
Highest of res. So as we were leaving the store, I noticed a sign on the counter saying that you could trade in a broken PS2 for store credit. So that's when my conscience is clear, because they gave me more store credit, so technically I did kind of rob them a little bit.
Yeah.
Because they would have given me less for the broken one, but at least I knew that it was okay to trade them in a broken one. So that's kind of how I justified that.
My stance is fuck them.
Yeah, I've learned from what I've learned about
them for everything they got, because they're taking you for more.
Exactly. From everything I've learned about that corporation, fuck them. So that's my story of how I got a PS1 and a PS2. And
you got a free PS2 and traded it in for a free PS1.
Yep. And next time I might tell a different story on CNA Gameplay.